How should I start this one? How about take a drink from your wine? So there's a tag floating around YouTube. Oh, I think this is cricket a little bit. And it's called the Vampire Diaries Tag. And from our channel, you can obviously tell that we love the Vampire Diaries. So there's 10 questions and I'm going to answer them all. Question number 1 is, how did you discover the show? I remember quite clearly. Listen up, youngins. I was watching Supernatural on the CW online. And then I saw a link for the Vampire Diaries, or like an ad for the Vampire Diaries, and I'm like, that sounds really familiar, because I like kind of knew the book series, and so I was like, hey, let's give that a try. And I did, obviously. Obvi. Number 2 is, who's your favorite character? My favorite character is Matt. I think Matt does so much to further the show. He's so important. He adds so much to the cast. I love Matt. Okay, now I'm gonna say my real favorite character. Honestly, I don't like anyone in this show. I have no favorite characters. That's a lie. It's probably a tie between like Damon and Klaus. They're the only sensible ones on this show. Because everyone else is like kind of a dumbass. So, everyone else is pretty dumb, aren't they?
I hate almost all the characters.
Yeah, they're pretty much, none of them are likable. Question number 3 is, if you were a vampire, would you live off human or animal blood? Bitch, I'd live off human blood. You can't be a pussy and just be like, oh, I'm just gonna drink from animals. I'd slap you in your bitch face and be like, pull yourself together, you little miserable f***er. You drink from humans, because that's what you were created to do. I would be the most badass vampire. I'd drink from humans. I wouldn't kill them, hopefully. I mean, I'd try not to, but like, you gotta go balls to the walls on this one. Human blood for me. Humans, yeah. Team Stefan or Damon? God, I love how Stefan's spelled wrong. Okay. I'm totally Team Jacob. I think Elena should totally end up with Jacob in the end. Jacob's a werewolf. Werewolves have like fur, and he can transform like anytime he wants. But Edward's always a vampire. So it's like, Elena, you have to choose Jacob. If Elton John was on the show, I'd say Team Elton John. If that answers the question. Well, for real though, I really don't like Stefan, so obviously Team Damon. Stefan's such a little bitch. Number 5. What's your favorite supernatural power? My favorite supernatural power is the ability to not be able to exist in sunlight. I think it's a great power. You get to stay inside all day, and you don't have to do anything during the day. You can stay in, you can watch TV, you can sleep, you can play video games, you can browse the interwebs. Like, that's the life, man. But for real though, I really want to be able to have super speed. Whenever someone asks me, what's your favorite superpower? I'm like, I want to be the Flash. I don't want to be Superman, I want to be the Flash. The next question is, if you were to be a character, who would you be? I don't know. I mean, I'd probably want to be a girl. Yeah, I mean, if I would want to be a girl, I'd probably either want to be Rebecca, because she's like really powerful, but then she has like a shit family. Or like Bonnie, because she gets to do magic. And why wouldn't you want to do magic? Ooh, yeah, I want to be Catherine. I like Catherine. Except she has to be with Stefan. Ew. Okay, question number 7 is, have you read the book series? I have started the book series, but I couldn't even get through the first book because Elena, first of all, was such a bitch, and second of all, their names kept weirding me out. I couldn't get through the book because all their names were so weird that I was just like, this cannot be real. Like, I can't even stand this. I have to put it down. True story. And then after the show, I started reading it again, and I still couldn't get into it. Number 8 is who's your crush on the show? Okay, obviously it's Klaus. Like, who else is the best? I like that he likes to kill people. I like that he's power hungry. I like that he's super attractive. He has a British accent. He says love a lot. What was your first initial thought of the show, and did it change after it? My first initial thought of the show was like, this is really good. Like, I think I'm gonna love the show. And at first I was like in love with Stefan, and I like hated Damon because he was such a But then after a while I saw everyone's true colors. I'm like, this show is so dumb. I don't mean that. It's just so dramatic, and it's like, stop. Just like, get your head in the game, everyone. Learn from Matt. God love ya. So yeah, after I saw it, I didn't like it as, I mean, I still love it, but I wasn't as naive as when I first started watching it. Number 10 is, who is your favorite villain? Does this even need to be asked? Like, obviously it's Klaus. If Klaus wasn't in the show, if he was never even going to be in it, I'd cry, because I'd know he was missing. I know there was a missing link somewhere. Gotta be him. It's just gotta be. Bye now. Go to sleep, everyone. Pleasant dreams. It's always nighttime. Team Elton John.